The thing is, if you get let's say you just apply for a Chase credit card and they just deny your ass over and over and over, this can be very frustrating, right? And you kind of ask yourself, what's really going on here? What's really happening here? So in today's conversation, I really want to talk about that. And I want to give you a few hacks, a few tips, a few tricks that we have learned in the last 30 years, to make sure that your Chase credit card, your next Chase credit card application gets approved right off the bat. So here's the overview I really want you to pay attention to. So when we talk about your Chase credit card, first of all, it's not about, people talk about, well, the 524 rule, but this is not really with 524 rule. There are basic, and I mean basic mistakes or basic things that are really preventing you from getting your Chase credit card approved, okay, right away. First thing first, credit report errors. I mean, this is so easy, very simplistic, but it happens all the time. You're probably sitting there thinking, I don't have any error in my credit report. My question to you is, when was the last time you checked your credit report? Is this something you're doing, let's say routinely, or you just happen to check your credit report, let's say every quarter? So if Chase is denying your ass, this could be because you have some errors that are creeping into your credit report. You're thinking, well, you know what? I have a credit score of 675, where in reality you have 625. That makes a big difference. Okay. This 50-point delta from 675 to 625 can actually cripple your chances of getting the Chase credit card that you want. So this is really important. Okay. Your credit report errors, make sure that you actually check your credit report. If there are any errors, you want to dispute them automatically, systematically, reflexively. Now, boss, by the way, welcome back to the show. I really enjoy having this kind of conversations every now and then. And so when we talk about why your Chase credit card application gets rejected, besides credit report errors, you also have insufficient credit history. You can't fight that. Don't try to fight it. Okay, if you don't have a credit score, if you don't have a credit report that is, let's say, 5 years old or 1 year old or 2 years old, whatever, don't try to fight it. Just be patient, just grow, okay? And because we see this all the time, people are trying to apply for Chase credit cards, even though they know they're new to credit. Okay, take it easy, all right? And if you have low income or unemployment, this could be also a possibility why Chase is not actually approving your credit card application at this moment. Another reason that we have actually seen in our experience for the last 30 years is that if you have had missed payments, see, a lot of people, again, going back to what I said, people talk about, the 524 rule. Yeah, but if you have missed payments, even if it's one missed payment or two missed payments, Chase is kind of looking at a pattern here. All right. If it happens, if you miss payments once in 10 years, okay, that's fine. And if you happen to have a strong relationship with Chase, that's fine. But if you're just a new kid on the block, and you start playing games, you miss one payment here, you miss another payments there, this could be a problem. The funny thing is, I was at a happy hour last night, right? There was this guy, he was talking about his Chase credit cards and whatever. He said, yeah, I applied for so many Chase credit cards and I get denied all the time, and I'm making good money. I have good income. I have a nice house. And my first question to him is, what is your CUR? What is your TTI? What is your credit utilization ratio? Okay, let's talk about that. He was like, okay, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm making good money. I'm making 6 digits. Yeah, whatever. But you're making 6 digits. But how much are you? What is your disposable income? What is your take-home pay? Like, after you just splash all your cash and whatever expenses you have, how much you have, boss? Talk to me about that. And he was like, okay, whatever, and he just changed the topic. And I was like, I ain't pushing it. I ain't pushing that. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm telling you, okay? If your credit utilization ratio is high, you're not going to get your credit card from Chase approved. This is really important, okay? By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about why your Chase credit card application gets always rejected. Okay, so if your CUR is kind of high, this could be a problem. Also, make sure you don't have too many recent credit inquiries. Just take it easy, boss. Why you need to apply for credit cards all the time? Like, I want to, and please, don't you listen to folks telling you, hey, listen, if you apply for 10 credit cards in the same day, as long as this happened on the same day, you only have one credit inquiry. This is a big ass lie. Okay? If you apply 10 times, you will get 10 credit inquiries. I guarantee you that. Take this to a bank. Now, there's another reason why your credit card, for your Chase credit card application is actually rejected. And I just said this before. It's about the age requirements. Okay, so when I spoke about credit history, I was just referring to an ancillary factor, an ancillary criterion, which is the age. And so if you're 18, you're 19, you're 20 or 21, don't try to apply for the major Chase credit cards. You could probably apply for the student credit cards, okay? Maybe, but don't try to go for the Sapphire of the world, okay? Don't. And this is nothing against you. Like Chase is not trying to discriminate against you. It's just that you have to know in life how to position yourself. Not everything is possible at the same time. There is a process, okay? There is a process. It is a marathon. When we talk about Chase credit card application, you will see that over time it gets easier. When you start, things can be a little complicated. It's fine, but it is a process. Chase wants to make sure that you're comfortable with their system. They're comfortable with your financial discipline and whatnot. And so if you don't meet the age requirement, that's fine. Don't apply. If you have account defaults, this could be a problem also. Or if you have newly opened accounts, Chase could actually look at your profile and say, you know what? This person has just opened an account with the Bank of America or Amex or whatever. It's not like they're not jealous about you trying to bring business to Bank of America or Citi or Truist for that matter. They are looking at the amount of credit you have available. They are looking at your CUR. They are looking at your DTI, and they're thinking they actually can think two things. Either you have a lot of credit already, so you don't need extra credit from Chase or another institution. Or you have a lot of credit, but your CUR is kind of high, so you are really struggling to actually make ends meet. So you're just grabbing every credit you have, which is, so either possibility is not really interesting for you. So boss, what is my point here? My point is, don't open too many accounts. Don't apply too often for credit cards, okay? You want to actually make sure that you are maintaining as low as CUR or DTI as possible. Now, let me give you a few pro tips here, boss. How do you actually know if you are rejected for a Chase credit card application? I mean, besides the letter you get in the mail, maybe 2 weeks after applying. Now, when you apply for a Chase credit card or another credit card for that matter, 3 things can happen, and I want you to remember this trifecta. Only 3 things, nothing more, nothing less. So either you see a message that your application was approved. Congratulations. That's what we all want to hear, right? You all want to see on the screen or over the phone, blah, 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 or via email. So the first option is, your application was approved. Congratulations. Or you see a message that your application was denied. Sorry. That's a message none of us want to hear, but sometimes you got to hear it. I mean, nobody wants to see their ads rejected. Okay. And the third option here is that you see something like your application is under review, and you'll hear back maybe in 7 days. Sometimes they say 7 to 30 days. Sometimes they say 7 to 14 days. Okay. The thing here is that Chase reviews every application. Sometimes approval is near instant. That's why you get the approval message and can expect your card in the mail in about 7 to 10 days. But that's really if you have impeccable credit. You have a great relationship with the institute, with Chase, and they're comfortable. Okay. And by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you once again of today's topic. I am speaking to you about why your Chase credit card application gets always rejected and how to actually turn things around. Okay. Now, it's really important to understand that if you're not Insta approved, you can check your application status. And because sometimes stuff happens, if Chase is busy, if they have a backlog of applications, they'll take their time. You can actually call a number. There's a phone number, 800-437-436. So let me start over, 1-800-436-7927. Okay. And if you call, Chase may direct you to speak to a representative, and you can actually talk to that person, ask about your status, or the number I just gave you. It's an automatic. It's basically a number that allows you to check your status, your approval status, your denial status, or on the review status automatically. So this is kind of cool. Now here is a bonus for you, boss. I understand that sometimes, when your Chase credit card application gets rejected, you have options, and this could be really frustrating. I mean, a lot of, been there, done that, all of us, our team members. But the thing here is that you do have, fortunately, you have something called reconsideration. So you're asking Chase to actually take another look, right? So let's take another look just to make sure that you they didn't make quote unquote a mistake the first time around. This could be a possibility. But when we talk about Chase reconsideration, before you call, make sure that you think about a few things, okay? Because I'm going to share with you a few cases where a call will not work. For example, if you were denied because of Chase 524 rule, for Chase credit cards, there is a 524 rule, as you know. So they will not approve you for a new credit card if you have applied for 5 or more new cards in the last 24 months, okay? Because they think you have too many credit cards. And there's something we also call the Chase 230 rule. So Chase will only approve up to 2 credit cards every rolling 30-day period. So if you try to apply for a third credit card, they will not approve it. Here, of course, we're speaking about a rolling 30-day period. You also have another rule called the no duplicate card rule. So you can't get 2 of the same card. So this applies to certain card types too, like the Chase Sapphire. So you cannot get the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Reserve, only one. And what about the 24-month sign-up bonus rule? So this is a rule regarding sign-up bonuses. So you cannot get a sign-up bonus more than one time every 24-month period, okay? If you got it within the last 2 years, you will not be eligible to get it again. If you got the bonus over 2 years ago, but still have the card, they will reject you until you cancel your active card. If you cancel, you need to wait at least 60 days before applying again, okay? And the last rule I want to share with you, that's the 48-month sign-up bonus rule, okay? Sadly, some cards have increased their waiting period to 48 months. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is one of this card with a 48-month waiting period. The terms and conditions state the product is not available to either current card members of any Sapphire credit card or previous card members of any Sapphire credit card who received a new card member bonus within the last 48 days. 48 days, not days though, 48 months. Okay, boss, think about that. I mean, that's 4 years, though. 4 years. Now, one thing I want to say here is that I want to go back to, here is the approach I want you to pay attention to. Now, I want to go back to the Chase reconsideration line, because it is an important sort of work stream, or if you will, an important department that you want to actually talk to if you are having problems with your Chase credit card application. And so the Chase reconsideration phone number line for personal cards is 1-888-270-2127. So they are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And so the Chase reconsideration phone number line for business cards is 1-800-453-9719. And they're open from Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, just remember that, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. There are no weekends. And the thing here is that if you haven't heard from them and want to talk to someone, you can call the Chase customer service 800-432-3117 and the Chase application status 800-436-7927. Okay, now when you call, just make sure that you are basically have the right pitch so that you can have a very fruitful conversation during the reconsideration call. This is important because the rep you are going to speak to, they also have rules they have to abide by. So they have to make sure that they actually look at things like your income, because see, What you're trying to do here is you are trying to convince them to reconsider your application. So my question is, what else do you have? Do you have that is new that you want to add to your file? Is it because maybe you have an improved credit score, or because there was a mistake on your credit score, or because you have higher income than what Chase looked at when reviewing your application? And also, are you in compliance with the 524 rule? This is important because a lot of us get it twisted. The 524 rule is not written down anywhere. Okay, now people first stumbled upon it in the terms and conditions of a Chase card, but it was later removed. It's unwritten but well known. So the rule applies to personal and business cards. So if you have one business card and 4 personal cards, Chase will not approve you for any other Chase cards. So the thing is, they're just trying to avoid that people actually apply for their credit cards just to collect bonuses. Okay, so this is something you need to think about carefully. Now, here is a decision that I really want you to pay attention to. The thing here is that if your Chase credit card gets always rejected, then you need to go back to the drawing board, to the proverbial drawing board, and really make something drastic, make a drastic change. Okay, you got to really have a strategy whereby you are improving your credit score, you are improving your overall financial profile. And when we talk about financial profile, there are 3 things you can actually do. So try to build your credit. So you know everything you have to do to build your credit. Everything from not missing any payments when it comes to credit cards, when it comes to revolving lines of credit, credit cards and lines of credit, in addition to loans, installment loans. And so this is important. Also think about maintaining a low CUR and low DTI. Those are important, always important. Okay, make sure that you don't apply for credit, you apply for credit sporadically. So you are very measured, you are very cautious in the frequency of your application. You also want to think about, you want to look at the history of your credit in general, okay? And who knows, you could try to become an authorized user. I mean, because sometimes you could try to apply on your own, but if things are complicated for you, well, if you have a family member or a friend, for that matter, who can actually vouch for you, or who is willing to add you as an authorized user on his or her existing Chase credit card, hey, listen, take it. Because the whole thing is you want to build that history with Chase, right? Because what will happen here is that once you are an authorized user, Chase will start paying attention. They'll see, okay, this person is disciplined. He or she knows how to use a credit card, and so gradually they will start, collecting data on your own profile, and very soon they'll just issue you, not just through an authorized cardholder, but to you directly, a Chase credit card. Okay, and you can maybe try to really get a Chase. You can try to get a secure credit card elsewhere too, because I don't think Chase offers secure credit cards. But try to get like a secure credit card from another institution. That way, you are building your credit, and once you believe your credit is kind of like decent, you can come back to Chase and apply for a Chase credit card. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about why your Chase credit card applications gets always rejected. So I gave you some of the reasons. Okay, I gave you a few pro tips, and the bonus also what to do when you call Chase reconsideration line. I also explained to you the approach and the decision you have to make. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.